All right, y'all. This is a test. If there was ever an awkward position to be in for filming, this is it. I got this thing hanging off of my governor rod and I'm in between the engine and this trans case right here. But I'm trying to give y'all a shot to explain something. This is the input shaft. And by the grace of goodness, I'm still grabbing some splines back there. So I'm good in that standpoint. And all this right here is not wore out. Hopefully the camera can get on this. This is not wore out. So this shaft is good. You know, these splines right here are looking good. But I'm gonna get to something right here. This is that spring I bought from John Deere. Now, they looked up the model number and everything. And I'm going to tell you, this thing is looking pretty flimsy to me. But if it's correct, I'm going to go with it. But the governor spring and the throttle spring, them things are pretty beefy. And I'm not too sure if I want to take one of those off and swap it for this thing so it'll really pull this clutch throwout bearing back. Now, here's what my problem was. Hopefully y'all can see this. Let me see if I can tilt the camera some more without messing something up. Oh my goodness. All right. Now, this is the throwout bearing. And the ID up in here, I don't know what was going on, but it was all not round at all. If it was aftermarket or whatever. But I had to get my die grinder and grind out the center of this thing enough to make this thing smooth. And then I went in with the sandpaper on that rod that I made. I cut a slice in it and put it on my drill and went around it, smoothed it up as best I can. But it still got some grooves up in there. But on this right here, I still can feel on the bottom there's like there's a couple of lips going on, but I smoothed it out enough with this sandpaper, you know, doing this right here. Just keep at it all the way to the end of this right here, this lip right here also, you know, smoothing that lip, because the throwout bearing would not slide on there and go back and forth, because it's got to go back and forth to engage and disengage that clutch pack. Now, here's the throwout bearing. And now when I put it on there, at least, you know, it'll slide. You see that? See, this thing can't be slid on there with all kind of force, but it would like get stuck like right there and wouldn't go all the way on back. So now at least that's the center of it right here where my finger is at. That mark right there, that's the center. So this right here is centered up perpendicular vertical. So it won't slide on sideways and all that, but at least it will go vertical. So that's all I'm concerned with, that it'll slide back and forth in the vertical position, because that's where it's going to ride. And, you know, it's still got some hang-up spots, which, you know, it's not smooth, which I think I'm going to doctor on that some more. See, it'll slide. Hopefully that'll work. But my problem is this right here. This is the clutch adjuster. This thing goes on the rod. So what happened was, this is the adjuster down here. Okay. This thing goes back and forth, and I guess it makes the bearing go in and out to adjust the pedal play. So what happened was, this right here, I think it's a press fit. So what's going on is this thing came out, and that's a problem. it's press fitted into this thing. So what I'm gonna have to do, which I'm gonna have to pause right now because I got to go to my vise and find something to. I'm gonna drill a hole in this, in both of these, up here and down here, because both of these got to stay. They can't be spinning inside of this thing because that's holding the clutch still in the adjustment location. So what I got to do is I'm gonna drill a hole, a pilot hole through here and in here, and put a pin in there so this thing won't pull back out and it won't spin. So that's my problem right now. So I can't finish this right now. So I gotta fix this thing and get it stuck back inside of there. Hopefully I can get that thing in there. You know, I gotta look at that. Pull this off first. Hopefully I can take that nut off and get this thing. Oh my goodness, that might be a problem, because I got to get it back in that adjuster hole down here. So I don't know if I can get this thing on there and slide it in there at the same time. Even if I did like that, I might be able to get it. I don't know. Let me take the shaft out of there. See, the shaft won't drop down and go back. See, the shaft is in the way too much. So I might have to bang that thing back out of there and knock it back in there some kind of way, and then put the pin in. There's just all kind of obstacles going on. See, now I gotta try to get this thing back lined up. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. I gotta get that nut, that bolt back in this hole so I can put this nut and washer on the outside so I can get this adjuster back in there. Because see, it's on the eccentric, and it just spins like that right there to move that thing forth and aft, to move the pedal, to adjust the pedal play. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But that's where I'm at right now, man. These old tractors are something else. They're good while they run, but you know, you got, this thing is a 49, so you do the math. This is 26, and luckily it's still driving and running. It could be worse. So I'm gonna call this just a minor deal, man, because you gotta fix stuff. If you want to use it, you got to do maintenance. So I ain't crying about it. I'm going to get this thing dealt with, but it'll be nice if I can get this tube right here out of here. I don't know how to pull this thing out. You know, I don't want to clamp it no kind of way and squeeze it, because if I squeeze it, it's going to get it out of round, so this throwout bearing won't slide. It's got to stay straight and smooth and nice and round. So I don't want to disturb that thing with some kind of makeshift pulley, and you sure don't want to put no vice grips or nothing on there and mar it up. So you want it to stay smooth. And like I said, it wouldn't even slide on there like that. So I'm not even sure if this is the right one, because, you know, whoever put this thing in that I got this tractor from previously, I found a lot of stuff that was disturbed and wrong. So, you know, you buy stuff as is and you just work through all the quirks, and by the end of the day, when you fix everything, you got a runner. So like I said, at least right now, this thing will slide back and forth. It still got some tight spots, but at least it will move. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. So what I got to do is, before I lock this down with a brad, drill it and make it, stake it, I might need to like bang this thing back out of there and probably drill it after I put the thing back inside of this thing and try to stake it with this thing installed, because like I said, it won't fit over the top of this thing with the shaft installed. So thanks for viewing, following along with me. Like and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. And this thing will run, I promise you that. So I'm gonna stay on it, because like I said, I don't let nothing defeat me. So you just keep at it, man, until you get it sorted out and running, because it's a runner. And I know it works because I already fixed the engine and got it running. It hits when you hit the starter, charging up and everything. But like I said, I like old iron, working on old relics. And stay tuned, man, because as long as I'm able to work on stuff, I'm gonna be doing it. I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Like I said, have a good one.